Be me, 29F Director of Sustainable Innovation and Corporate Synergy, work for Ethelgard Energy, formerly known as Texas Massive Oil Corp., rebranded to sound like a Norse myth and look like an Apple Store office, is in downtown Seattle, living wall of moss behind my desk. Desk is reclaimed driftwood from a sustainable beach in Oregon. My job is to wash the oil off the company's image. We don't drill for oil anymore. We harvest energy resources. My pronouns are in my email signature, my Slack status, and laser-etched onto my bamboo business cards. Company revenue is insane. Stock price is mooning because of the energy crisis, but we have a dirty secret. The Leviathan, an ultra-deepwater semi-submersible drilling rig in the North Sea, built in 1995, produces 40% of our crude output. It is a rust bucket of toxic masculinity and carbon emissions. I hate it. I hate everything it represents. I decide it's my next project, Project Lotus. Goal: transform the Leviathan into the world's first net-zero cultural hub for extraction. Pull the personnel files for the rig leadership. My matcha latte nearly comes back up. 3 men run the show: Big Jim, 64. Rig Superintendent Spanner, 58. Chief Mechanic Dutch, 61. Master Driller combined tenure, 110 years. Combined HR complaints, 0. Because they scare the HR reps away. Salaries: astronomical. Big Jim makes $350,000 base, plus hazard pay, plus production bonuses. Dutch pulls in $300,000 to sit in a chair and move a joystick. Spanner clears $280,000 to hit things with a wrench. They work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I do the math. We are paying nearly $1 million a year for 3 boomers to pollute the ocean. I book a helicopter to the rig. Need to see the beast to slay it. Pilot is a guy named Steve. Tries to give me a safety briefing. I cut him off. I've watched the VR safety module, Steve. Just fly. We land on the helipad. Wind is howling. Rain is horizontal. The whole structure is groaning. Smells like diesel, salt, and unwashed bodies. I am wearing my sustainable hemp fiber windbreaker. Immediately soaked. Walk into the accommodation block. It's like stepping into a prison movie from the 80s. Linoleum floors. Fluorescent buzz. Smell of fried grease. Walls are covered in pin-up calendars and safety posters that are just cartoons of guys getting decapitated. Problematic, deeply problematic. I find the control room. The doghouse. It's a glass box overlooking the drill floor. Enter the room. Big Jim is there. He is 6'5". Looks like a shaved grizzly bear wearing a grease-stained coverall unzipped to his navel, eating a literal block of cheese. Dutch is in the driller's chair, feet up on the console, reading a paperback Western. Spanner is asleep in the corner holding a multimeter. Excuse me, I say. Silence. Gentlemen, I say louder. Dutch turns a page. Big Jim bites the cheese. I am the Director of Sustainable Innovation. I sent an email. Jim looks at me, eyes like coal. Internet's down. Shark ate the cable. That's impossible. We use satellite uplinks. Space Shark, Jim says, resumes eating cheese. The disrespect is physical. I look at the control panel. It is a nightmare of analog gauges, physical switches, and CRT monitors. Green text on black screens, flickering lights. This interface is archaic, I say, tapping a sticky pressure gauge. Don't touch that, Dutch says without looking up. Why? Is it sensitive? No, Spanner spilled hot sauce on it. It burns. This entire operation is a liability. I announce I am conducting a workflow audit. Go ahead, darlin', Jim grunts. Don't call me darlin'. My pronouns are she/they. My pronouns are get/out. Jim says, I leave furious. Spend the next 24 hours observing. It's worse than I thought. They don't use the predictive analytics software I bought them. They use the shutter. Dutch literally says she's shudderin' a bit. Mud's getting heavy, and adjusts a dial. No data, no sensors, just vibes and vibrations. Spanner fixes a multi-million-dollar turbine by hitting it with a hammer in a specific spot. Percussive maintenance, he calls it. They eat steak 3 times a day. They smoke cigarettes in the designated area, which is just anywhere the wind blows offshore. They are dinosaurs and I am the asteroid. Fly back to Seattle. Draft the proposal. Operation Clean Slate. Replace the legacy upright proposals of Seattle. Draft the proposal. Crew with digital natives remote-capable automation replace the analog controls with a fully touchscreen command deck. Install Starlink. For high-speed latency-free control, hire a new crew of recent grads hungry, tech-savvy, cheap. I present to the board. CEO is a guy named Sterling, loves buzzwords. We can reduce OpEx by 60%. I say, we can reduce carbon footprint by optimizing drill speeds via AI. We can replace the $350,000 roughnecks with $80,000 prompt engineers. Sterling's eyes light up. Do it, but keep the oil flowing. That bonus pays for my third yacht. It will flow better, I promise. It will flow sustainably. The purge begins. Send the termination notices via drone drop, for safety. Big Jim calls me. You're making a mistake, little girl. It's director, and the decision is final. Please vacate the rig by 0800 Friday. The Leviathan has a temper. Jim says she doesn't like touchscreens. She likes hands. Machinery does not have feelings, Jim. Goodbye. Friday comes. The old guard leaves. I watch the live feed. They carry duffel bags. They look back at the rig. Spanner spits on the deck. Dutch tips his hat. Big Jim just shakes his head. Good riddance. Enter the new wave. I hired the best from the Apple Genius Bar and coding boot camps. Tyler, 23, lead systems operator, specialization UX/UI, design and JavaScript. Wears a beanie, vapes constantly. Chloe, 24, fluid dynamics specialist, has a degree in theoretical physics, never touched mud. Runs a TikTok about mindful engineering. Baxter, 22, robotics tech, 3D, prints his own shoes, thinks oil is gross but needs the money for his crypto startup. Total annual cost, $250,000 savings. Astronomical renovation starts. We rip out the analog controls, install 3 massive curved 8K OLED screens. The bridge, it looks like the Starship Enterprise. Everything is white, minimalist aesthetic. No buttons, all gestures. Swipe up to drill, swipe down to stop. Pinch to adjust pressure. We replace the cafeteria food, steak/potatoes, with a plant-based meal, plan kelp noodles, and soy protein. We replace the harsh lighting with circadian rhythm LEDs, pink in the morning, blue at midday, amber at night. It is beautiful. Productivity metrics on the dashboard are green. I write a LinkedIn post. Disrupting the deep, how I turned a toxic rig into a sanctuary of code. 20,000 likes. Yas, queen, comments the VP of HR. Week 1. Smooth sailing. Tyler codes a script to automate the drill rotation. It's just a loop. He says, if resistance less than 500, drill speed equals 100. Simple, elegant. Week 3. The first crack. Chloe calls me on Zoom. She is wearing a noise-canceling headset. Hey, director, the mud pits are acting weird. Define weird. Well, the sensors say viscosity is optimal, but it's making a gloopy sound. Trust the data, Chloe. The sensors are German. Okay, but the smell is really bad, like rotten eggs. That's sulfur. It's natural. Just light some sage. She lights sage. The gas detector alarm goes off. She disables the alarm because it's killing the vibe. Week 5. The lag. Tyler messages me on Slack. Yo, the Starlink is getting spotty. Too much cloud cover. We have redundancy. Yeah, but the latency is up to 400 ms. When I swipe to slow the drill, it takes half a second to respond. Adapt. Anticipate the lag. Also, the touchscreen is greasy. Baxter touched it after eating avocado toast. Clean it. We're out of microfiber cloths. Use a rag. Ew. Week 6. The storm. North Sea winter storm approaches. 40-foot waves, wind speed 80 knots. Normally, Big Jim would ballast down the rig to stabilize. Tyler calls me screaming, the rig is moving too much. The gyroscope app is freaking out. Ballast down, Tyler. Submerged pontoons. I can't find the menu. Is it under settings or system? It's under stability control. Swipe left. My fingers are sweaty. The screen isn't registering. Use the voice command. Hey Siri, lower the rig. Playing Low by Flo Rida. No. The rig lists 15 degrees. The coffee machine slides off the counter and shatters. Baxter throws up on his 3D printed shoes. Eventually, the storm passes. We lost 2 days of drilling cost. $500,000. I explained to Sterling. It was a calibration event. He buys it. Week 8. The kick. This is it, deep pocket of high-pressure gas usually. The shutter warns you, the drill string vibrates in a specific way. Dutch would have felt it in his boots. Tyler is wearing noise-canceling headphones listening to lo-fi beats to code. 2. He is looking at the 8K screen. The screen shows a beautiful 3D render of the wellbore. Everything is green reality. Deep down, 10,000 feet below, the gas is expanding. It pushes the mud up fast. Chloe sees the level sensor spike on her iPad. Guys? The mud volume just went up by 50 barrels in 10 seconds. Tyler. Glitch, the sensor probably needs a firmware update. Baxter. I'll reboot the node. Reality, gas is shooting up the riser pipe at the speed of sound. The blowout preventer, OPP, is the failsafe, a 300-second version. Ton valve on the seafloor supposed to cut the pipe and seal the well. Big Jim had a big red physical button for this, enclosed in glass, the "oh shit" button. We replaced it with a 2-step authentication sequence on the touchscreen to prevent accidental activation suddenly. The rig shakes, not a shudder. A violent convulsion, the floor jumps 6 inches. Alarms start screaming, red lights everywhere, ruining the circadian rhythm. Tyler looks at the screen. Pressure warning. PSI 15,000. Overload. What do I do? He shrieks. Activate the BOP! I scream over the comms. Tyler taps the screen, enter admin password. What's the password? It's Sustainability 2024. Trembling fingers, he types SUSTAN. Typo. Backspace. The rig shakes again. A geyser of drilling mud shoots 200 feet into the air. Through the derrick it rains down black slime, covering the white bridge, covering the glass, covering the solar panels. I can't see, Baxter yells. The password, I scream. Tyler types it in, sending command. Spinner icon buffering, connection timed out. What? The satellite. The rain is blocking the signal. Manual override. Go to the manual override. Silence. Where is the manual override? Tyler whispers. I freeze. I check the blueprints. The manual override handles were unsightly and industrial. We boxed them over with drywall to create a calming focal wall for the yoga corner. It's behind the mural. I scream. The mural of the wind turbine! Yes! Smash it. Baxter grabs a fire extinguisher, runs to the wall, smashes the drywall, finds the hydraulic levers. They are rusted. Nobody has greased them in 8 weeks because they weren't on the digital task list. He pulls nothing. It's stuck. The gas hits the deck fortunately. The wind blows it away from the intake, no explosion. But the well is flowing wild. Crude oil is spraying into the North Sea at 10,000 barrels an hour. Greenpeace is going to have a field day. Sterling calls me. Why is CNN showing my rig vomiting black death? We have a slight containment issue. Fix it now, or you're done. I panic. I need the wizards. I pull up my contacts, call Big Jim. Voicemail, call Spanner, voicemail, call Dutch. He answers yellow, sounds of birds, fishing reel clicking, Dutch. It's me, Director. Who? From Ethelgard. The rig. We have a kick. Sounds exciting. I'm bass fishing. Got a big one on the line. Dutch. The BOP won't seal. The levers are stuck. The software crashed. Well now, he speaks slowly, agonizingly slowly. Sounds like you need a mechanic. Yes, tell me what to do. I ain't an employee. I'm a liability, remember? I'll hire you back. Double pay. Nah. I'm cashing those checks you sent. Severance package was mighty tasty. Dutch. The ocean, the environment, the poor fish. Fish are biting fine here. Bye now. Click. I scream. I call Big Jim again. He picks up. Make it quick. I'm grilling. Jim. The Leviathan is bleeding. We can't stop the flow. Did you try swiping left? Jim, please? Listen to me. His voice drops an octave. Is the accumulator pressure gauge reading 0? We don't have gauges. We have screens. The screens are black. Then you're blind, and you're dead. Help us. There's a shear ram, a secondary emergency cutoff. It's mechanical. It's in the moon pool. The moon pool? That's right under the drill floor. It's raining oil there. Yeah, that's where the work happens. Send the kid down. Baxter? He's crying in the fetal position. Then you go down. I'm in Seattle. Then pray. Jim, how much? Name your price. I don't want money. I want to hear you say it. Say what? Say that you replaced skilled labor with an iPad and you were wrong. Say it. I was wrong. We need you. The vibes were not enough. Jim chuckles. All right. There's a breaker panel in the auxiliary generator room. Panel 4, breaker 12. It bypasses the computer and fires the solenoids directly. How do you know that? Because Spanner wired it that way in '99 so corporate wouldn't mess with it. Illegal as hell. Works every time. I relay the info to Tyler. Tyler, generator room. Panel 4, breaker 12. Flip it. Tyler runs. We hear him panting over the comms. I see it. It's labeled, do not touch Spanner's magic switch. Touch it. Touch the magic. Clunk. On the camera feed, a massive shudder rocks the rig. The geyser of oil stops instantly. The shear rams cut the pipe well. Is sealed silence. Returns to the bridge. Only the sound of Tyler hyperventilating. I slump in my chair, soaked in sweat. My sustainable driftwood desk feels like a coffin. The aftermath. The spill was only 5,000 barrels cleanup costs, $40 million EPA fines, $20 million stock price. Craters by 60%. Sterling summons me. He is not smiling. He is not using buzzwords. You fired the only people who knew how to run the machine. I modernized the workforce. You almost destroyed the North Sea. It was a learning opportunity. Pack your bamboo box. You're out. Security escorts me out. I lose my unvested stock options. My reputation is radioactive. No one in energy will hire me. No one in tech will hire me. I move to a small apartment in Tacoma. 6 months later, I'm working at a high-end garden center selling organic fertilizer to rich housewives. Is this soil gluten-free? They ask. Yes, I say, dead inside. A truck pulls up. Massive Ford Effect. 350 dually rolling coal. It parks across 2 compact spots. Out steps Big Jim. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses. He walks up to me. I want to die. He looks at my name tag. Director. He nods. Jim. I whisper, need some fertilizer. For the tomatoes. Retirement is boring. He doesn't gloat. He doesn't laugh. He just hands me a credit card. It's a black card. You guys hiring? He asks, looking at the plants. No. Why? Bored. Me and the boys started a consulting firm. Old Guard Solutions. We charge $5,000 an hour to tell kids which buttons to push. That's nice. We just got a contract with Guard. They want to reinstall the analog gauges. Turns out, you can't hack a needle. He signs the receipt. Keep the change. He says, there is no change. You used a card. Figure of speech. Like sustainability. He winks, walks away, climbs into his truck, blasts AC/DC, drives off. I look at my hands. They are covered in dirt. Real dirt. I realize I finally have a job I'm qualified for.